Okay, for this advanced quiz tutorial we're going to look at matching drag and drop slides. So go into your insert slides, click matching drag and drops and insert. Now this slide allows us to put a bit of extra interactivity into our slide, into your quiz. You get to make the students mix and match certain phrases or words to that effect. We're going to put in a question, match the kicks to the strokes, and we're going to put in dolphin kick, flutter kick, and circular kick. Now, as with our other quiz slides, you can choose what points you're going to give them. As we did in the previous lesson, we're going to make this 1 point. We're going to change the feedback, that's right. And rather than list all the various responses and possible answers, we're going to just put down incorrect. And when we switch to our slide view, you can see it's just like the other quiz slides. We can change the element a bit, we can move it around, we can change the text within the buttons if we want to. We can take the title, we can move it around, we can change the text, we can change the type of text. We're going to make it bold like our other ones. And with our questions, we're going to have them shuffled so that we're not going to have them lined up exactly opposite each other at the start of the quiz. So if we go for a preview, and you can see they've been all mixed up, and we get to move all the buttons on the right hand side. So I'm going to match them up. Now with this one, unless you get them all correct, you're not going to get any points. So it's set up like that so that unless it's exactly correct, the user gets nothing. And we get that's right. The next slide we're going to look at is the hotspot slide. So it's in your graded quiz one again, and down the bottom hotspot and insert. And if you look over here, we have choose image. So we're going to click on that, and you should have an image pre-saved on your computer, or one picked out that you're going to use. We're going to choose this one. And the idea with this one is that you're going to ask the students to identify something within the picture that's relevant to your course. This isn't relevant to swimming, but we're going to add it anyway. We're going to have the person click on the human in the picture. And now for your hotspot, you're going to have to tell Storyline where the actual hotspot is. Storyline can't tell that there's a human in this picture. So you can add the hotspot by an oval or a rectangle. You can see there's two ways of adding it. We can add it down here, or a free form if you want to draw your own little hotspot, or you can click on one of these two that come across. I'm going to click on the oval, and we get an initial circle, and you can change as you would with a circle on Word or any other Microsoft product. And we put it just over the spot in the picture we want to make the hotspot. We can change our answers as we would, or our responses as we would on any other slide, and the points. And if you switch to our slide view, you can similarly move the hotspot around if you needed to. Now we can add an extra hotspot if you want. So we click add hotspot, and we'll do an oval again, and just come up to your picture and click a circle. And you can choose whether to make that the correct one or not. So if we go to a preview of this slide, and if we click anywhere, you can see your hotspot appearing, or you're telling Storyline that's where I'm clicked. It's shown by the little spinning ball. If you click submit and it's not the right spot, we get no, that's not a human. If we click the right spot, I'll replay it again. If we click on the right spot and submit, we get correct. And finally, the last slide I'm going to show you is the results slide for a graded quiz. So click on new slide. We're going to go up here to the top and results slides and graded slide result and insert. Now when this first comes up, we get to choose what slides we're going to apply this result slide to. So if we didn't want to include the hotspot because that's an assuming question, we can uncheck it, and that means all the other questions are going to be counted in the results slide. But I'm just going to click it back and put it back in. So we have a passing score. You can choose what score the user needs to get in order to pass this quiz. You can set it from anything you want, from 1 to 100. You can have a time limit on the quiz. Now this normally happens if you're going to put a start and an end slide on your quiz. So you're going to have a set quiz of a certain determinate or certain time. And then we've got other options: show the user score, the passing score. So you got 40%. To pass you needed 80. We can allow a student to review a quiz, which will leave them go back over all the slides and see what they selected and what the correct answer was, which is this extra option. We can allow them to print results if we so wished, and you can allow them to re-enter the quiz if you want. If you allowed that one, if you click that, it'll be an extra button on the bottom, so click OK. So this re-entry quiz allows you to redo it. We can edit the results slide here if you wanted to change one of those. We can take out the re-entry quiz, and you can see that button disappears. Now if I preview this right now, it's going to give us nothing because it's viewing it one at a time, but you can see the way the layout comes out: your score, passing score, result. You have two options down here. We have the failure option. You can change that text if you want to, that layer. We have the success layer. You can change that text if you wanted to. You can change the icon if you wanted to. In our results slide, you can change any of the text here. This text is code for giving us the points. If you wanted to, you could just have percentage, or you could just have the amount of points you got. And you can change all these other text and these other elements on the screen as well. Okay, so that's it for our quiz slide.